Hello, lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting, and I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I am thrilled that you are here. Thank you for being with me today. Today, I want to talk to you about robotic affirming. You may have seen robotic affirming on YouTube or on TikTok. It's been pretty popular to talk about lately, and so I thought I would give robotic affirming a try and just talk to you about it a little bit. Robotic affirming is what it kind of sounds like it is. It's where you take an affirmation, usually just one affirmation, or it could be one or two, but not many affirmations. Although that's not a limit that I'm putting on, that's just how I've done robotic affirming. You can definitely do a bunch of affirmations, although I tend to think that kind of waters it down a little bit. And you can kind of do those separately, like do a chunk of like 10 minutes of one affirmation and then move to 10 minutes of another affirmation. If you do want to do multiple affirmations, that's just my opinion. But you take an affirmation and you just repeat it over and over and over again, just while you're kind of mindlessly doing something like, say, doing your dishes or doing your laundry or walking or just sitting down, and you have just time to kind of repeat something in your mind. You can say them out loud or in your mind. It doesn't matter. Either way works. One place that I've been doing robotic affirming when I've tried it, I did a little experiment this fall with it, is like when I'm in a waiting room. So like say if I'm at the hair salon and I'm waiting for my appointment, the person's not quite ready for me yet. And it's like 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, however long it is. You don't know usually when you're waiting for something. And you're sitting there waiting, and you can play on your phone, but I've been robotically affirming during those times, just in my head, quietly, just saying my affirmation over and over again. So I do want to report, I don't want to specifically talk about the manifestations that I've gotten with robotic affirming, but I do want to share that I have gotten some results. And my results are mixed. It worked. Robotic affirming worked for me. So I do want to say that robotic affirming does work and can work, just like any manifestation technique can work for you. But it did take longer than I would have thought. So some people report results very quickly, and that's amazing. I mean, you never know when your manifestation is coming, and I think that's fine. But I really had to work on the same affirmation for several weeks before I saw any results. Now, that could be because sometimes maybe I was just experimenting, so maybe my heart wasn't in it. It wasn't like a desire that I really had a burning passion for. Or maybe it was just that I wasn't affirming enough. Like maybe if I really concentrated and affirmed longer and more of the day, that would have gotten me a quicker result. So I did it just in 10-minute chunks here and there, 10 or 15-minute chunks. Like I said, in waiting rooms, when I was doing my dishes, just whenever I would think about it throughout the day. And I would do one affirmation over and over again, and I would just say it over and over again. Like money flows to me quickly and easily, or whatever affirmation that you want to choose. And I did end up getting results with those affirmations, even though it took me, several weeks. So I do want to just plug robotic affirmations. If you want to give it a try, if you've been on the fence or if you didn't think it worked, just experiment with it and just see if you can, how you feel about it. Now, if you hate it, I also kind of got to where I enjoyed it. Actually, I'll talk about this. There was kind of a flow. When I first started it, I was pretty excited about it. I was experimenting with it. I wanted to see if it worked. And I was pretty excited about it, so I did it. Then I kind of hit a point in the middle where I kind of grew tired of it. I was a little bit over it. And I had to make a decision inside of myself. And I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, I think I know how to manifest, and I know I could go to a different technique or I could do something different to see about results. But I made the choice just to keep going. And even though I was feeling a little bit of resistance and a little bit of kind of just over it in the middle, and I was like, no, I'm just going to keep going until I get my manifestation using robotic affirming only. It was an experiment that I was doing for myself. And I encourage you to try it and see if you want to, if you feel strongly a desire to do that. If you don't, do something else. You never have to do what I'm suggesting at all. And so I did it. I pushed through that resistance. I pushed through that little bit of just tired of it, over it, and kept going. And kept going, for a little bit longer. And I got my manifestation. And so I'm not quite ready to share what that manifestation was, but I did get it. And it's very exciting that something manifested this fall for me. And I just wanted to share my experience with robotic affirming with you. If you do have any questions, please do let me know at loveybrownmanifests@gmail.com. I love hearing from listeners and coaching clients. And if you have a request for a podcast, I would love to hear that too. So thank you for listening, and I will talk to you next time. May you manifest exactly what you want.